Today's Exeggutor EX Aerodactyl EX deck feels like a fantastic mashup that has play in every single matchup in the format. Exeggutor EX lets you run down even the people that are best positioned against you with a couple of well-placed heads, and Hitmonlee stretch kicking into the backline gives you a powerful game plan into the various Durdagon decks in the format looking to stall to start. One of the big appeals of playing Aerodactyl EX as your secondary attacker in this deck is that your openers with Hitmonlee and Execute are incredibly consistent. Because your Pokeballs and your starting Pokemon are guaranteed to be one of your two eggs or Hitmonlee, your openings are very predictable in this deck. Our Mythical Island Execute also helps smooth over that dual energy variance that these decks experienced in the past. If you open on to Fighting Energy, you can attach the first one of those to the Execute and hit a growth spurt to get a guaranteed grass energy so you can start attacking. At any rate, I was really impressed with this deck after it made a deep run in one of the community tournaments, and I think the games that I have for you here today will show a lot of its strengths as well. If you enjoy what you see, smash that like button for the rest of the day. Enjoy this sweet two-color brew. With like an egg, an Exeggutor, first evolution advantage, and a grass energy. Asking for 4 things, Greedy? Probably. Ooh, there's the first of them. No grass energy. We got 3 of the 4. Be happy, I suppose. That's a nice one. Hopefully, fingers crossed, there's a grass energy underneath this. Where's this energy going? I'm gonna kick my Amber. Two color variants rearing its head here a little bit. So I think I want to leaf into the Execute, or into this. And then we'll put the other Execute out here as well. So I just don't want this to get kicked again if I can avoid it. I need to draw a potion, ideally, so we don't lose Aerodactyl to Marshadow Giovanni. Evolve both of these so we don't lose to a stray Hitmonlee kick here. I think I'm gonna take the knockout here, and if they have the, what's it called? They have it. They're through what, half their deck? A little more. Odds of Giovanni are high here. If they hit on the Giovanni and we hit on heads with our Exeggutor, we're still in a pretty decent spot. Yeah. All right, I need Tropical Swing to come through here. Hopefully there's another grass underneath this as well. Yikes. Thin the Hitmonlee out. No reason to play that out, though, I don't think. Oh, man. That's so unfortunate. They hit their coin flip to have the Giovanni, but we missed our coin flip on the Exeggutor. The problem with this is it gives them the ability to retreat the Marshadow and then re-hit us for 100 again down the line. And that's this is a good example of the kind of implicit versus explicit variance we talk about in card games a lot. So my opponent had a coin flip that did involve a coin on the screen, i.e. did they have Giovanni in the top half of their deck? And then we had an explicit coin flip, i.e. does this Exeggutor crack for 80 versus 40? Now we are very behind if we don't Oh, I need one of my 2 copies of Leaf here. Ooh, we already played a Leaf, so that's actually super unlikely. Sometimes lucky rubber ducky. D Philly, one of the few members of the triple digit sub club. Thank you for the 104-month resubscription. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Okay. Oh, wait. This leaves me dead to second Sabrina. You got me? That would imply we don't have second Sabrina in hand. Everybody clinch. Everybody clinch. Hyper Time Hero, thank you for the 26 months. Welcome back. There was not another play. Yeah, we can't. I wasn't thinking about it, but we just couldn't beat second Sabrina. And now they're in a spot where they can't beat first Sabrina. Let's say no coin flips, please. Our turn. We're 75% to have our Sabrina there, but is what it is. All right. Leo, that puts us to 2-1 in the tournament rounds. Lovely, lovely. One of the things I dislike about Pocket is how heavily the games are decided by coin flips. Literally every card game you've ever played is decided by a series of coin flips. You're just bad at identifying where those coin flips are happening in the other card games that you play. I would actually go so far as to say Pokemon Pocket, with its 20 card decks that tend to be incredibly consistent, is actually one of the lower variance card games I've ever played. It just has explicit variance that you can't lie to yourself about, as opposed to the implicit variance that we experience in a lot of other games. What a staring contest. Opponent has 1 copy of Blue and 1 Giovanni, and then 2 X-Speed, 2 Sabrina, and their utility cards here. 2 Hitmonlee, 2 Aerodactyl, 2 Farfetch'd. Oh, that's interesting. They're on 2 regular Aerodactyl and 1 Aerodactyl EX. I missed that. All right, well, I've got nothing else to do, gamer. So, as you will. They gonna start quacking us finally? I'm glad they didn't do this sooner or we'd have been in trouble. They gave us a chance to draw some basics here. Really want an egg this turn. Old Amber's fine too, I suppose. Although they are on 2 copies of Sabrina, so they will get to Farfetch'd, this Amber. But I can't play around that. I need to play my cards out. I guess I could have potioned and cracked this and then tried to draw 2 basics next turn, but... Dodged a Sabrina, that's nice. Still bricked on an egg is unfortunate. Kinda scary, honestly. Look at this yellow. They're playing 2 of this Aerodactyl. It is a very clench-inducing flip. I think I just land Crush here, because if they land the Primal Wing Beak next turn, my Execute just comes up and clears it, yeah? If they brick on the 50%er, they're in a real bad way. If they have their one Aerodactyl EX and they clear this, it's annoying, because I'd have to put Hitmonlee up. I guess I have the energies, so it doesn't really matter. Yep. There she blows. So we put this up because I can't evolve my active. And then noteworthy here that little Aerodactyl does not give them knockout points here. So they're still on 0. This is bad variance allotment on my part. I definitely should have tried to save that tropical swing heads for when I needed it. Unfortunate to use one of them up on that 20 hit pointer. Double Erica in hand should hopefully give us time to crunch through this. Gives us 260 HP effectively, which means they need 4 attacks. A little unfortunate that I can't use my research this turn, though. That's sad. Would have loved to redraw a fossil there. Or another egg, honestly. Any of our 3 basics or 1 Pokeball would be great. So four good draws out of 9 cards here. If I hit heads on the next tropical swing, a stretch kick can clean this out. That should be nice. Sweet. And old Amber here with a fighting energy underneath means that we'll get to use Aerodactyl next turn. So even if this misses on heads, we'll be able to have a deal 80 to put up. And we only need 1 more knockout point here. Do you think being able to pick your first energy would be too strong? I don't know. It's an interesting question, though. It would make cards like Weezing and Exeggutor EX significantly better in 2-color decks. We actually know deterministically what's in my opponent's hand. They have 2 Sabrinas, 1 Giovanni, a blue, an X-Speed, and another regular Aerodactyl. Okay, and they're just banking on me not having Leaf plus Aerodactyl EX here, which we have, so we're done. Does it hurt your soul to use an Erica that's not full art? It does. This is my #1 card to trade for when trading goes live, is full art Ericas. Slog of a game here. We're gonna take the first one down. We're going second, but we have our eggs and a grass energy, so hard to be too upset with that. But it has 1 Sabrina, 1 X-Speed, 2 Leaf as their utility cards here. One of the appealing things about playing this card is that even when your matchups can be a little bit on the more difficult side, you can still just like randomly win them by flipping a bunch of heads, which is nice. It's actually interesting. Leaf plus Charmander lets them clear the Execute here, which would be pretty bad for us, yeah? They don't have it, so that's nice. I agree. I think all the comments about reworking a card like Misty are very silly, and there's basically a 0% chance card reworks happen in Pokemon Pocket. Especially when, from a just pure game balance perspective, Misty seems to be a pretty balanced card, even if it creates games that are kind of dry. Alright, first heads here means that if they don't switch out to an Arcanine this turn, we can threaten to get lethal on the bird next turn. Now, I 0% expect that we'll have any card balance changes in this game. I assume that the cards are just going to be what they are until they get power crept. Yeah, I agree, Johnny. Misty is a bad design, but it's perfectly balanced. Agree, unfortunately. Hey, that fighting energy is lovely, because it means Aerodactyl threatens to clear this next turn if we hit a heads. Oh, actually, we don't even need a heads, right? Because they'll do 20 to themselves. Is it crazy to Erica the Exeggutor so that way it doesn't die to Charmander? The Ericas aren't really doing anything anyways, right? So might as well. Card's so mediocre in this matchup, I can use it at a low value opportunity, especially when I have another one in hand. Right, so they pick up 2 knockout points here. Then we're going to pick up 2 on the backswing. Sabrina could potentially be game-winning here. Yes, Aerodactyl, meaning they can't put Charmeleon up and evolve it, is super relevant from this spot. They know we're not playing Giovanni, so they can put this Charmeleon up and not be too worried about it. But they also can't evolve out of this spot. They're through their 1 copy of X Speed, but they have 2 copies of Leaf and 1 Sabrina for utility here. Our opponent had something happen here. Sometimes life comes up, chat. This is the tournament round, but, you know, sometimes your toddler knocks over your drink or your pizza is ready or your doorbell rings and you gotta step away for a second. I think we were gonna win this game regardless, but feels a little bad to get it this way. For the regular Pokemon TCG. It's one of the reasons why I was excited for Pocket to hit, because it's a game that has some actual content metrics behind it, so I could focus on it. Do you think it's viable to run Gyarados without Misty? That you're asking the wrong question there. So I think you could definitely win plenty of games with Gyarados without playing the card Misty. However, playing Misty gets you a number of free wins, and I would be very surprised if your deck is optimal without her. Misty's the type of card where even if she does nothing a chunk of the time, there's a big chunk of the time where she just like wins the game on the spot. All right, if we could dodge double Dizzy Punch, we get to get Exeggutor EX down and start swinging here. Fioris, thanks for the brand new primer. How many Pokemon and support cards should be in a deck? You want to have 5 or 6 basic Pokemon in your deck. And then how many item cards and support cards you play after that depends on how many Pokemon slots you need for those 5 to 6 basics. So you don't want to think about locking yourself into a specific number of basics as much as you want to think about a specific number of Pokemon. You want to think, okay, these are the basics I want to play, and this is what it takes to support them, if that makes sense. Any predictions on how trading will work? I expect you won't be able to trade the newest set of cards, and I expect you'll only be able to trade 3rd plus copies of cards. You think Misty will be reworked? Nope. I assume we will see no card text changes in this game. They'll either power creep or ban them. Fiorias, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Good morning, good morning. We really need an Erica here before this Tauros comes up. I think they'll restrict trading to a certain account level. Sure, that might happen too. I think restricting you to only trade 3rd plus copies of cards probably has a similar effect, though. They basically just need some kind of restriction so people can't roll infinite accounts to get free cards on their main. Yeah, I don't currently have any plans in the short term to go back to making Snap content. The Pocket numbers have been good. I've been having a lot of fun playing Pocket. And if my Twitch sub count remains reasonable, which is my primary source of income, I intend to focus on Pocket for the time being. Life's short, so if I can play a game for my job that doesn't bring me endless frustration, we're going to focus on that rather than slamming my head into the Marvel Snap wall. I don't know how I'm feeling on this 2-color deck, gamers. Not having a big attacker behind Exeggutor feels kind of bad. And 2 colors of energy, feeling like it always does, for lack of a better term. A magical cow. Thank you for the 1.5 years. Welcome back. Brolic. Thank you for the 21 months. All right, that gets me my other execute, which is nice. How do we feel about leaf this out and then choose some of these a little bit? I think I like it. I'm definitely playing this. I think I'm putting this out for good measure. I think it's this. And I suppose I could even put the Execute up if I wanted a just growth spurt. Because I don't have anything that can attack it next turn meaningfully. Because they can't Leaf and Giovanni. I'm gonna do this actually. Squid Dynamite, thank you for the prime, I appreciate it. And the fact that I have Baby Exeggutor here actually makes us better into their Tauros that's primed to the back line here, yeah? Isabas, thank you for the almost 5 years. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Vrolic with the 21. Good morning, good morning. Magical Cow with the 1.5 years. A lot of old timers in with the new folks this morning. It's been great to see a mix of folks while we enjoy some Pocket. Baby Exeggutor is such a solid addition to these eggs decks. I really think you want one of it alongside your 2 EXs a lot of the time. In addition to having counterplay against things like Tauros, just having a thing that only gives up 1 knockout point to start tends to provide a lot of value. They've kind of got us in a good spot in terms of how much they're focused or not on battles in Pocket. I hope that they kind of leave it how it is. I think one of the really brilliant parts of Pocket's entire system designs is that you have the option to sit here and play games if you want to play games, but also if you're just like not feeling it, it's okay and you could just log in and collect your packs every day. I think from my perspective at least, the one thing I would like to see in terms of more broad support is I would like to see a way to direct challenge best of 3 where the person who loses the game gets to pick who goes first or second in the next game. But other than that, I think like adding things like ranked or making people play PvP when they don't want to, I think that would be a pretty big mistake overall. Like, I think ranked would make the game markedly less fun for a lot of people and would cause a lot of burnout. Yeah, spectator mode would be nice. I wouldn't say no to a spectator mode. Poker Face, thank you for the 2 months. Welcome back. Yeah, there's a ton of quality life improvements they could do. A ton of quality of life improvements they could do to the deck editor. Like, I could probably write you a 2-page document of things that would make the deck editor better. It's a really underdeveloped feature for sure. This game's actually had a lot of back and forth today. We're looking a little scuffed at the start, but maneuvered around to an all right spot here, in large part due to the baby Exeggutor letting us mitigate what their Tauros does. Can you full free-to-play in this game without a huge grind? So the answer to that question is kind of. So there's a booster pack economy in this game. So if you're less picky about what exactly you're playing, it's very reasonable to free-to-play, but like building a very specific deck is kind of high variance because you don't have control over which cards you're opening. But again, one of the nice things is if you're someone who doesn't want to grind bad decks and just wants to chill, or you don't have time to log in and play every day, being free to play optimal in this game literally requires 60 seconds a day. It's log in, open your packs, and like move on with your life. There's no chores to do. You only need to play the game when you want to play the game. That is how games should be. That's how they used to be during my childhood. Played games for fun, and then they weren't fun. We didn't. We've had a lot of requests for particular decks today. There are some days where I take viewer deck submissions. That'll be in the stream title when we do. On days like today, especially if I've got a tournament coming up and I'm looking for a deck to play, we're going to play things that I want to play. So, they need to retreat the Druidigon at this point. Nice red card, sure. Oh man, it's wild that gamers still have room for those at this point. I stopped streaming Magic because Magic's not a game that I enjoy playing anymore. Wizards of the Coast makes a different game than I used to like playing. Opponent misclicked through their attack there. That's unfortunate. We're but otherwise pretty pretty interesting game. We outgrind another budding expeditioner. I don't know. They have 0 knockout points currently. So maybe. You know, honestly, it might just be they're through both their copies of Potion. I was thinking about retreating to the Hitmonlee anyways. Yeah, I think we just Hitmonlee twice, yeah. What did you invest in the game to get all the higher rare cards? One thing I'd like to correct about your verbiage there is that nothing I spend on Pokemon Pocket is an investment. This is not a Roth IRA or a 401k that I'm going to use to retire with someday in a perfect world. All of the money I spend on Pokemon Pocket is me setting money on fire for the purpose of finding joy. So you definitely should not. Yeah, or it's a business expense. Still none of those are an investment. The money you spend on games like Pokemon Pocket is you trading money, hopefully for joy and having fun. And even then, pivoting to Tauros here, they're still just dead. The Hitmonlee can kick, or the Aerodactyl could clear them out. It was a heck of a grind. Why do you play Grass Energy in this deck? Because one of the most powerful things to do with Execute and Exeggutor is be able to attack with it on the 3rd turn of the game, right when you evolve. So you want to be able to do that some amount of the time. My favorite legendary dog, Suicune. Love a little growth spurt here. Do you feel like matchmaking is based on theoretical strengths of decks? No, not remotely. There's some that's based on your account level, although probably not a lot based on how it pairs me. And then I would assume there's some type of internal MMR where it tries to judge your strength as a player based on games that you've already played. It's pretty typical in games like this. Opponent not having an X speed or a leaf and having to give up their first energy to retreat here puts them really far behind. Lethal Llamas, thank you for the 15 months. Do you ever play any meta decks? I do not. I'd recommend Ursi Day or Spyro ZA if you're looking for people that are just going to hang out and play best decks constantly. I do not find joy in playing stock good decks. The part of card games that I personally find fun is optimizing and finding new things. We have that. Crack them for 80 again. Sorry. Exeggutor, crack it under the pressure. Do you get better ad revenue per viewer on YouTube or Twitch? Definitely Twitch. YouTube ad revenue is better for archived content after the fact. Twitch revenue is better for live content. Are we switching Celebies here? No, we're just cracking some more. Okay. I mean, I guess I'll take an Erica. We'll slide this grass energy on the other Execute, just so. It's guaranteed since we don't have another one coming up. Even if we were to brick on this tropical swing, this would be going to 20, and our Hitmonlee would be able to clean it later, so I think we're going to be fine either way there. The last mainline Pokemon game I played was Sword and Shield. But if I'm being honest, I'm a pretty lazy millennial, and RPG games that don't have full voice acting in 2024 or 2025 don't really hold my attention super well. Do this to start, see where we end up at. If I switch to the Aerodactyl, it forces them to have a second Erica to not be dead the following turn. And they would have to hit 3 coins out of 6 to clear it, which I think is good for me. All right, with them having the second Erica, I probably need them to not clear the Aerodactyl this turn. Need 2 out of 6 here. Perfect. Nice Pokemon pocket card, really. Can see why people choose to play this one in tournaments after that sequence. Yeah, that's what I thought. Got about hour 45 till that starts. It goes up at noon central. So I got a minute. But, we've got some Exeggutors, gamers. Would you choose to go first for this deck if you had the choice? I don't know the answer to that question. I try not to spend brain power thinking about things that aren't really relevant to my everyday life. You, Alakazam. Alakazam's pretty mediocre against our deck. None of our things get one shot by it when they're fully set up. Wide space, thanks for the 10 months, appreciate it. Rewarded for not evolving this, because now I get to retreat it for 1 when I don't have grass to evolve an attack. They could be a budding Expeditioner build with 2 copies of Mew, which would buy them a lot of time here. At the very least, I expect we'll see this Mew retreat. Really like a Hitmonlee or a Fossil here. I assume they're just going to use this Mew as a punching bag and build up Kadabra. No, they're going to hit me. Okay. I must not have Alakazam on deck then. Now that this one has energy, we can go ahead and evolve it. I think I'm just Erica here. I lose 10 points of healing value on this play, but there's value in just like using my supporter for the turn. Although I suppose maybe we're supposed to Sabrina there because the heads would threaten to knock out either of these. Not that we hit that anyways. Well, I guess we'll start doing this. I suppose I'm gonna Sabrina to maybe take a knockout point on the Abra, because if they're gonna put the Abra up, and if we hit heads and take a knockout point, it means the Hitmonlee draw is lethal at any point because of the Mew sitting on 10. There are 2 fossils in my deck. We have my bottom 8 cards here are 2 fossils, 2 Pokeballs, a Hitmonlee, a Research, and then 2 other cards. Lima, thank you for the brand new Prime support. Appreciate that. Going on, Orabobo. Thank you as well. I think those are the funniest comments to me. Someone just posted a "you lost a sub today" message in chat, and they literally never subscribed to the channel on Twitch. That's so funny. I mean, one, it's like not an this isn't an airport. You don't have to announce your departure if you're leaving for some reason, but to say you lost a sub when you don't actually sub is like just like extra weird gamer behavior. I'll never understand the mindset of people who like go on the internet and like post easily verifiable lies. Maybe it's just the type of person I am, but it happens so frequently. Lost a Jimmy John sub. I'd be pretty upset if I lost a Jimmy John sub. I like me a sandwich. Sandwiches are great. Oh, you know what? Putting energy on this makes us worse into the Alakazam, yeah? Is a interesting thought. They have 0 knockout points right now, though, so we should be fine with drawing the Hitmonlee. No, this is fine. If they go Alakazam, retreat, we just go Hitmonlee, put energy on it, and then stretch kick, clear the Mew. They need like double potion or to Budding Exposition this back to not be dead here. Have we hit heads with eggs yet this match? I think we hit 1 heads. I think we hit 1 heads when we were attacking this. That's fine. Exeggutor EX is good in large part because you don't need to hit constant heads with it. Opponent making a pretty big mistake here, not playing through. So I made a mistake by putting a second energy on this in the Alakazam matchup. Oh my goodness, they have red card. Oh no. Okay, it's fine. Everything worked out. I, for one, am shocked that my opponent's red card did functionally nothing. And that's just like one for the history books, right? Like they red carded 6 or 7 cards out of my hand, and I still just ultimately have the card that still beats them. Like I don't like it's just truly the fact that this card still sees play is so incredibly puzzling. Just stretch right on back here and knock this out. Oh, gamers. Hey, Kid Hunter, thank you for the brand new Prime. Appreciate that. Good morning, good morning. Hey, Sephiroth, thank you for the over year and a half. Welcome back. Happy New Year to you, too. Have a growth spurt, little egg. Oh, do they have a Giovanni as their last card? This card, dealing 40 for one's actually kind of alright. It's a shame we're one turn late on this and can't lock them out of evolving this turn. Hey, Hunter, hope you're staying safe wherever you're at with the snow. We didn't get quite as much where I live as they were predicting, but still got a little bit of a dusting. If they don't have their stage 2 on curve here, Aerodactyl's gonna jack them up next turn, but... Out of curiosity, you played a lot more pocket tournaments compared to games like Arena and Snap. I played in plenty of Arena tournaments. Marvel Snap doesn't have any tournaments. Keep the Hitmonlee in hand right now for keeping the Mind Jack at bay. Does regular Exeggutor just function as a poor man's third EX? Yeah, you just want to evolve your egg as early as possible, as consistently as possible. So there's some spots, like against opposing copies of Tauros, for example, where having a non-EX has value, but generally speaking, you're only playing this out in the games where you don't have an EX queued up, just because you really want to hit that stage 1 as fast as possible. There's Florges here. I'm gonna Sabrina them. And take a knockout on one of their backline Pokemon here, I think. Oh, goody. So I think without healing queued up, we just do this and we land crush this. And I assume with them putting the energy on here, they must have another one of their stage 2s, yeah? Oh, not yet, huh? Sounds lovely. A research could change that. Only 5 cards left in their deck. Looking for Ericas and basics on our side at this point. Oh, they can't evolve their active even if they had this issue. Yeah, that's true. So if they had it, they have to lead into this. It's a good call out. What's going on, furry curry boy? Good morning, good morning. Energy here. Erica's a lovely draw, even if she's not the basic we really wanted. I think they're on Budding Expedition, and that's why they put the Mew up. Could be. I don't think there's any value in potioning here just yet. We can chill on that for the time being. Yep, there's the Florges. This card's actually pretty good against our style of deck. This card tends to be bad against the meta decks, because a lot of the meta decks are killing all of your stuff in one shot, but we're choosing to play things that are a little bit more grindy with these 80-point hits. We'll swap this around with the potion here. That's going to take them 3 hits with Florges to clear the Exeggutor out. That Tails means we can't threaten lethal next turn, though. Alright, so I need 1 heads over our next 2 coins here in order to clear this. We could see them retreat this out to the Behem. I haven't played any copies of Leaf yet, so we're 40% to draw one of those. So if they swap to the Behem and crack us down to 50, and we draw Leaf, we can swap to this other Exeggutor and get attacking with that one. I think we evolve this for now. We do this. Hitting heads on that means our follow-up Exeggutor gets to clear it out, which is nice. We're hoping for a fighting energy underneath this one so we can get the second Aerodactyl and retreat back to the other one and shuffle around a little bit. Alright, I would like one of your finest fighting energies, please, deck. Rip. I'm through all of my healing at this point. But they also don't have any big damage dealers left. If they hit double heads on the Mew, we could be in trouble. Huh. They have second Sabrina? This line makes sense that they have second Sabrina. My last 2 cards are 2 copies of Leaf, yeah? Our lack of fighting energy might lose us this game. We are dead to second copy of Sabrina as well here. What are their last 2 cards? Probably utility cards, yeah. Could be another Sabrina. Wouldn't be surprised to see like Giovanni or another. They've only played 1 X speed. I bet one of these is an X speed. And the other one could be a dealer's choice. Would playing Hitmonlee save you from Sabrina? No, they have a Florges on their bench, gamers. So if I play the Hitmonlee out, they do the old switcheroo and then clear it with their bench Pokemon. Goodness. Opponent conceded. Oh my gosh, we ground them out. Holy.